Hey guys, SharkX here, and before we push him back out to see one more deck profile from our man BermudaKing with his...
What's better than one? A duo.
Yep, he's doing his dual deck, and funny enough...
I went to regionals with the deck a few days ago, or whenever, few weeks.
As a recording...
The Toronto regionals.
Yeah, as a recording, it was like 2 days ago.
I expected to get 0-2'd out, but I made it to round 6 with this deck.
Amazing.
I'll say that now, this deck isn't really that good. It's fun, and it can do some stuff, but if you're looking for one of the better Bermuda decks, I already did the video for the Sword Axe. They should already be up on the channel, or a few of them have been.
Yeah, it depends on which I upload first.
This is probably the weakest of the bunch.
Right, so anyway, take it away. Go ahead.
Alright, let's do this. Alright, as you just saw literally 5 seconds ago, I play for Reet because she's Miku, and even though I'm not really a big fan of Miku, she had 9 stars. And she had a decent skill.
I should really finish playing that game on my PS4.
Which game?
Project Diva F or something.
Oh yeah, I heard that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty much, her skill was so good back in her heyday. Literally tier 1. Kanamatsu, discard 2 duos. If they were the same name, restand, never big 4 obviously, and plus 3k. Back when she came out, tier 1. She was 25 apiece. My god. Also, when she attacked, Soul Blast 1, return one of your duo rear guards to your hand. Which does come in handy, which I'll show right in about a minute. Because first, we have to go through her, Priyani. She's not a Reet Vanguard, but she searches your Reet. Soul Blast 1, at the end of the turn, show 2 cards with dual in their card name. Up like at least 2. Search your deck for a grade 3, ride it as rest, and if you reveal 3 or more, draw a card. Funny enough, her end of turn skill screwed me at regionals, because if she was on ride or even during the main phase, I could have won round 6.
Yeah, he was up against the Grade 1 7 Seas Rush.
That deck, man.
He was sitting right beside me too, and I saw the play. I'm like, oh, I saw the Grade 3. I'm like, oh.
Pretty much the gist of it is, I'm at 5 damage. He's at 2. He had 2 cards in hand. If I rolled Reet, or if she searched for Reet on ride or during the main phase, I could go onto her and discard 2 of my 3 PGs I had because, oh boy. And I might potentially kill him because he couldn't really guard either of the attacks. And I got a crit too, so. But unfortunately, she's end of turn, and you only use her just to go onto her. And the reason you want to be on a Reet Vanguard is because of this little girl right here. The thing about her, she's an 11k attacker if you have a Reet Vanguard, very handy. And her second skill, which is the main reason you run her and Reet, is when you bounce her and you have a Reet Vanguard, search your deck for a copy, free of charge. It's free as free can be, and if you go first, Soul Blast 1, on attack, bounce her, get a free +1, and dodge control. It's really the only reason I run her and not the Legion, because you don't want a Legion. You don't want a Legion in this game right now. Legion's not good. Unfortunately.
Well, except for Daikaze.
And even then, they can go to the other D-Robo sides.
Yeah.
But yeah, you really don't want a Legion too much for most decks, especially Bermuda. Run 4 own. You do not play duels unless you have 4 of her. I wrote her every single match during regionals, and she put in work. She put in a lot of work. Her skill is Vanguard Rearguard, Counterblast a duo. When she hits a Vanguard, shoot one of your rearguard. Doesn't have to be duo. Can be any rearguard. Return to hand, search your deck for a copy. So good. So good. And you can play the grade 2 game, which is also fun. Last grade 2, 12k attacker. 12k attacker is just a 12k attacker. You can play the one that gains 2k on call and plus another 5k if you have 3 copies. But you're really not going to have 3 copies in the deck all that often. And it's not easy to get and keep 3 copies in your hand. Also, do not, please do not play that new grade 2 duo. That card is awful. Don't go Canvas 1 -1 just to bounce something. And clone it. Like, you're discarding 2 cards and canvassing 1 just to clone 1 card. Don't do it. Don't. Beat 12k, so 12, 19k column. Beat face instead. Run the Prism Duo PG. Unlike in Prisms, which I'm not sure when that video is going up, it might be before or after. You don't have to run this. You can run Kukuri instead, and she's a lot cheaper. She's like $4 or $5 or like $3. It's really cheap for a playset. She's like $20+. So she's really only played for the naming and to help with a bit of consistency. Not as much as Prism, so you can run this, but I do kind of prefer the naming. Also because I do run an Unflipper in the deck. Which is not her because she will forever be in duos because without her we die very quickly. Pretty much if you don't know what she does, Counterblast 1, when she returns to hand, if you have a dual Vanguard, draw a card. Then you may reveal 3 cards of this card. You reveal 3 copies. You then unflip that damage. So pretty much if you're bouncing multiple copies at once and you have 3, you're drawing cards for free. You're drawing cards for literal free. And because she's 6k, shouldn't affect you too much because I run 7 cards that are 11k and higher. Not to mention grade 3s. I run 3 Marjona. She came out last year. And man, running 3 copies of a dual card just hurts sometimes. But when she's returned to hand during the battle phase, Soul Blast 1, you can countercharge 1. Has to be during the battle phase. Then you can reveal 3 cards. And if those 3 cards are the same, well, reveal 3 of her, countercharge 1. You're probably not getting that extra countercharge, but just having that 1 countercharge is decent enough. And too bad she costs a Soul Blast, because the deck is kind of Soul Blast heavy. I'd run more of her, and I used to run 4, but I like to stride in the deck and not be stuck on a limit break 4. So yeah, I run 3 of her. Striding is better than getting potential more on flips. Trust me. And now for triggers 4, 8, and 12. One of them is not shiny, unfortunately. I have to get that last one. You want 12 crits because you draw enough cards and you want to kill your opponent ASAP. Trust me, I was fighting a Luar player. I could not kill him. He drew a gazillion cards. I decked myself out. And for this crit trigger, when you bounce something, Counterblast 1, return her to deck, search for a copy of the card that was bounced. Helps you get the multiple copies, but you're not going to use her all that often, because it's still a Counterblast 1 for a +0. But she does come in handy when you're bouncing Peeps. And of course, for Dual Healed, which 2/2. And of course, a starter, Darling. Everybody should know the whole piece combo. Darling into the soul, bounce all your piece, draw 4, 3, whatever cards you bounced for free. Also, you can also use it on Lamry if you have a Reef Vanguard, Soul, bounce 2, search your deck for the other 2. She comes in handy and there really isn't a better dual starter. Alright, time for the G-Zone. For Olivia. You're always going to run this. This is your main card in any dual deck. I've probably talked about this skill so many times already, but Canvas 1, Persona Flip. If you have 1 or more cards in your G-Zone, you can activate the cost. So it's GB2. Bounce up to 5-year rear guards with different card names and call 2. Prox Pete's, Prox Lamry, can unflip with Marjona. She is the best card in the deck. In the G-Zone. Or it could be the deck too. She's still really good. 2 Everlasting Rate. I would play 4, but if the card was actually good. The only reason I'm running 2 is because she's a restander that I can sometimes use. Her skill is Limit Break 4. Yes, Limit Break 4. I don't know why, but Limit Break 4. Counterblast 1. Choose 3 cards with the same card name. I think they have to be duos. No, any cards, but they have to be all the same card name. If you have a Vanguard with duo in its card name, doesn't have to be Reet, but I run Reet because of Lamry. You destride her, restride her, and you get drive -1, and you can't activate her skill again. Not like you could. She's not very good. You're not going to always have 3 in your hand. I really wish she was 2 and maybe Counterblast 2 instead. But we got what we got, and you just need 2. You only need 2. You don't need more than that. This is going to be an odd choice, but I run Chulapria. Her skill, I talked about this in the Chocho deck. Counterblast Chushu. Every time.
Choo-choo.
Counterblast 1, Persona Flip. Choose 2 of your rear guard for each card in your G-Zone. Bottom deck them, draw the same amount. That's literally all you're going to do in the deck. You don't have a Choo-Choo heart, so you're not drawing the extra card, and you're not calling down the field. The only reason I play her is so I can get all 4 of Lamrys, which can't find them anyway. Pretty much the bottom deck these, draw the same amount, and research them for pluses later on. You could run the Riviera Stride instead, or I guess other cards, but she's also decent for getting the cards you don't have copies of and trying to search your deck and draw into them. You're not going to go into her much, but she's an option. 1 Kuna. Because Bermuda didn't have enough on his strides already, we got another one. On hit, the Vanguard, if you hit the Vanguard, reveal 2 cards from your hand. Your opponent chooses one, and you search your deck for a copy of that card. If it had dual in its card name, countercharge 1. Nobody ever lets it hit. It's only here if you run out of counterblast, and because there's nothing else. At least her art is nice. Here's the first stride you're always going to go into. Alprina, Soul Blast 1. Bounce 2 cards as an axe skill. Bounce your Lamrys. Bounce your... God, where? Okay, cannot find them, but bounce your Pete's 2. And... yeah, there we go. Bounce your Lamrys, bounce your Beats. Plus, while you're doing it, and... just attack, beat face. 1 Priscilla, because the deck can get the GB8 because you might be impossible to kill until you deck out. And at the end of the battle that you attack, GB8, discard a card, bounce everything, call the same amount, or call whole field, whatever, and plus 5k, and they all get plus 5k power. And Angie, CB2, generic flip, not persona flip, errated, generic flip. Bounce any amount of cards you have or your opponent has. You bounce and it dodges block. Bounce 5, draw a card. Bounce 7, get an extra drive. Plus 5k for each card bounced. And I'll play 1 Sandy. This deck can get easily over like 12, 13 cards, a dozen cards. So this is pretty much going to be a no pass. Good GB1, whatever, flip a G guard. 2 card, you get 5k for each 2 cards in your hand, and kind of 1 for another 5k shield. Leona, when you guard with her, bounce a card. You're forced to call a card. If it has the same card name, plus 5k shield. Bounce her, you get search your deck for a copy. Bounce her, draw a card. How are you doing it? Pretty decent in the deck. It's OTTG guard. You have 3 or more cards in your hand, plus 5k shield. And Titron. When you guard with her, call a card down, plus 10k shield.
Alright. Mr. Gotcha Round 6 with duels.
Yep. I don't know how, I don't know why. I think I crit sacked a little bit, and I got really lucky. I don't expect it to happen again.
No, who knows? We'll see.
I should have played Prisms.
Well, too bad. You played duels instead because you hate yourself that much.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, message to Bushy Road. Can we get good duel support next year? Please, I beg you. I will sacrifice whatever deck I have to sacrifice. Please, I'll sacrifice Sword Axe's decks.
Wait, what?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Goodbye, Amaterasu.
No. I want more trust to support. Anyways, guys, that is it for Bermuda King's dual deck profile that he made to round 6. Congratulations.
Woo!
Woo. If you like what you see, like the video, you can like and subscribe to the channel somewhere there. Got some more videos here and there. One of them is match videos, and other one is most uploaded video, which is probably going to be another one of Bermuda King's decks. And yeah, if you want to request a Bermuda deck profile that I haven't posted up yet, you can leave a comment below. Then I will have to swim out to the Pacific to find out that he's not there. Then I have to go to the other side of the country to start fishing in the Atlantic Ocean. But yeah, that's it, guys. We'll say bye-bye to Bermuda King as he swims off into the distance. And we'll see you guys. Well, you probably won't be seeing Bermuda King until we fish him out, but I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye. See ya.